You were never supposed to see this, but now that you're here, the angels are rejoicing. And there's a reason your heart feels like it's beating a little faster right now. Because deep inside, you know this message was always meant to find you. The person who's on your mind, yes, that very soul you've been praying for, crying for, aching for, they're also thinking of you. They're dreaming of you. And Archangel Michael has been watching you both from above. He saw every tear you shed alone. He heard the whispers in the dark when you thought no one was listening. And now something is shifting. A spiritual wind is blowing in your favor. Before we go on, remember this. If you feel the pull in your heart, it's because heaven is trying to talk to you. Subscribe now, because messages like this come once in a lifetime, and Archangel Michael may never be allowed to speak this clearly again. He begged for just 30 seconds. He fought through spiritual gates, crossed boundaries even angels rarely touch, just to deliver one sentence meant for you. Tell them something will happen in their house tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. If you ignore this, you may never know what heaven tried to give you. That's why your soul is shaking, because deep down your spirit already remembers this moment. The moment you were supposed to hear what you're about to hear. There is a spiritual law known only to few that says when a soul reaches the edge of surrender, the angelic world is legally allowed to interfere. That's why you're here. That's why your phone lit up. That's why your eyes didn't blink. Because you are at the edge of something holy. Archangel Michael says, you have exactly one chance to hear what was planned for you before you were even born. You've been watched not in fear, not in punishment, but in patience. You are being waited for. God did not forget you. He just needed the exact alignment of time, energy, and faith to open this exact moment. Tonight, the veil between worlds is thin. That means something divine is going to cross into your reality. But there is one condition. You must believe it before you see it. And if you skip this, it will seal again. The angelic gate will close. Archangel Michael's voice is trembling. Yes, even he, warrior of God, is emotional about this, because he wasn't supposed to speak to you this early. But he begged, he fasted, he prayed for you. He says your house has been marked for visitation. There is something coming to your room tonight. And no, it's not a ghost, it's not a trick, it's not fear. It is a divine presence that will either whisper something you were never meant to hear or walk away if you ignore this. What are you going to do? Keep scrolling or surrender to the miracle? Because someone in heaven made a request last night. They asked for you by name, your full name. And they didn't just say protect them. They said something else, something shocking. Let them know the truth. It's time. You're probably wondering what truth. Why now? What's so urgent that Archangel Michael would break divine timing and show up to your screen? You'll see it soon. But first, you must know this isn't the first time they tried. This is the third attempt from heaven. You ignored the first one. You skipped the second, but this time, the clock cannot reset. Tonight, something will enter your house and it will leave a mark, spiritual, emotional, maybe even physical. Archangel Michael says, you'll either wake up with a heavy heart or a healed one. That's how serious this is. Now pause, don't rush. Close your eyes for a moment and let your soul ask this out loud. Michael, if this is real, show me something now. Don't worry, you'll feel it. A pulse, a jolt, a light pressure in your chest. That's not emotion. That's not imagination. That's angelic touch. He's near and he's not alone. There are 3 angels standing in formation beside him. One holds a scroll. One holds a sealed letter. And the last is crying. Why? Because your story was not supposed to go this way, but the pain you endured made heaven change its mind. A decision was made. At 3:14 a.m., the angels convened, and guess what? Your name was spoken. They said, give them one last chance to hear it. If they open it, everything shifts. Tonight, someone will knock, not physically, but spiritually. A presence may pass near your bed. A breeze may move where no window is open. A light may flicker. A dream may come, but only if you keep listening. Because if you scroll away now, the message dissolves. There is a name you're about to hear soon, maybe whispered in a dream, maybe from someone unexpected, maybe even written on paper. That name will either warn you or lead you to your breakthrough, because someone who pretended to love you has been hiding something major. And Michael says, the truth is about to enter your home like lightning. Your room is being prepared. You won't be alone tonight. Something will happen in your house. He begged for 30 seconds, but now he's asking for more. Will you listen or will you walk away again? You've already skipped too many signs. The breakup wasn't random. The dream wasn't meaningless. That illness wasn't just physical. Those fights or that strange silence from someone close, it was spiritual. There's been a spiritual war behind your back. Angels versus darkness. And you didn't even know your name was being whispered in heaven and cursed by someone in secret. But that ends tonight because heaven has decided to interrupt your normal life. You can feel it, can't you? Your skin knows it. Your breath just changed. Something holy is in the room with you right now. They are waiting for one word from you. Yes. Say it out loud. Yes to the miracle. Yes to the warning. Yes to whatever is coming tonight, because Archangel Michael doesn't beg often, but he begged for this. And now the rest begins. He begged for this because he saw what was done to you in the dark. The betrayal no one apologized for. The promise someone made and never kept. The night you cried silently with a pillow over your face so no one could hear. Yes, Michael saw that. He saw all of it. And the most dangerous moment of all, when you started believing maybe you were the problem. But beloved, you were never the problem. You were the target because the light inside of you was threatening to someone else's darkness. And the devil tried to send distraction after distraction. People who pretended to care. People who drained your energy. People who left without reason. Promises that fell apart just before your breakthrough. But now Michael is saying enough. Enough of the silence. Enough of the delays. Enough of the spiritual confusion. Tonight, something in your house will either confirm everything you've secretly felt, or it will be the start of a miracle you cannot explain. You might wake up with tears. You might hear your name in your sleep. You might remember someone from your past vividly. Someone who tried to warn you. Someone who's no longer alive. because they are the reason this message reached you. Yes, someone who loved you truly unconditionally asked Archangel Michael to give you one last sign. They said, "Please, I don't want them to suffer anymore. Let them know what I couldn't tell them when I was alive." That message is here right now. It's in your breath, in your heartbeat, in the goosebumps climbing your skin as you read this line. The betrayal no one apologized for. The promise someone made and never kept. The night you cried silently with a pillow over your face so no one could hear. Yes, Michael saw that. He saw all of it. And the most dangerous moment of all, when you started believing maybe you were the problem. But beloved, you were never the problem. You were the target because the light inside of you was threatening to someone else's darkness. And the devil tried to send distraction after distraction. People who pretended to care. People who drained your energy. People who left without reason. Promises that fell apart just before your breakthrough. But now Michael is saying enough. Enough of the silence. Enough of the delays. Enough of the spiritual confusion. Tonight, something in your house will either confirm everything you've secretly felt, or it will be the start of a miracle you cannot explain. You might wake up with tears. You might hear your name in your sleep. You might remember someone from your past vividly, someone who tried to warn you, someone who's no longer alive. Because they are the reason this message reached you. Yes, someone who loved you truly unconditionally asked Archangel Michael to give you one last sign. They said, "Please, I don't want them to suffer anymore. Let them know what I couldn't tell them when I was alive." That message is here right now. It's in your breath, in your heartbeat, in the goosebumps climbing your skin as you read this line. Still think this is random. Still think this is just another post. Michael is shaking his head. He says, "You've skipped too many already." He says this message had to pass through layers of energy, time, and resistance just to reach your screen. The devil didn't want you to see this. That's why you got distracted before. But this time, God removed the block. This is the final invitation before tonight. If you're still here, you're one of the few. Only 1 in 100 people open a message like this and actually receive what's behind it. Because most don't believe until they lose everything. But you're different. Even after the pain, you still hope. Even after being lied to, you still believe in real love. Even after the spiritual attacks, you still talk to God in your head when no one's around. That's why you were chosen. And that's why tonight, yes, tonight, something will happen in your house. It may not be loud. It may not be dramatic, but it will be real. The feeling that someone is standing over your shoulder while you sleep. The flicker of your hallway light when no one is near the switch. The urge to cry for no reason when you walk into your own bedroom. Don't be afraid. It's not darkness this time. It's presence. Angelic presence. Michael will arrive with a scroll in his hand. He will hover near your sleeping body and he will whisper your name 3 times. If your soul is open, your spirit will remember what he says. And you'll wake up healed, healed from confusion, healed from a memory that still haunts you, Healed from the lies someone told you about yourself because someone once convinced you that your emotions were too much, that your dreams were silly, that your intuition was wrong. But Archangel Michael says, your spirit always knew the truth. You just weren't ready to trust it until now. Tonight is not just a date, it is a spiritual checkpoint. Everything that's been delayed, your money, your peace, your clarity, your soulmate, will move only if you receive the message tonight. If you ignore this, it will be given to someone else. Yes, miracles transfer. Heaven is not emotional, it is spiritual. If you do not receive what is sent, it is redirected. And that is what Archangel Michael does not want to happen. He fought to protect this miracle for you, but you must claim it. Say this now out loud if you can. I claim what was meant for me. I receive this message and I am ready for what comes tonight. When you say that, you activate divine law. That's why your room feels different now. Heaven is watching. They are watching to see what you will do next. Because the person who tried to curse you last week, the person who spoke your name with jealousy, the one who smiled at you in public and tore your name in private, they are being watched too, and they are about to be exposed. Michael says their mask is slipping and it will happen in front of you. Don't worry, you don't need to fight. God is handling it. Your job is just to receive, but you must prepare your house tonight before midnight. Walk into your room, light a candle, whisper this: Michael, I allow you to enter. I give you permission to finish what was started before I was born. That's it. The miracle will begin from there. You may not understand everything right away, but in the next 7 days, signs will come rapidly. A name will be mentioned out of nowhere. An amount of money you forgot will return. A person who left will suddenly message. A dream will give you the answer you've been praying for, and the heaviness in your chest, it will lift. Because the energy you've been carrying wasn't even yours. It was ancestral, generational. But it ends with you because you had the courage to listen, to open, to believe, to receive. Michael says, blessed are the ones who believed even when it didn't make sense. That's you. And now the angels are moving right now. This very second, something has been released in the spirit realm with your name on it. But you must claim it before tonight is over or it fades. He said, your window of receiving is short. After midnight, this opening will start to close. After tonight, this exact energy, this exact miracle may pass you by. And Michael doesn't want that to happen again. He remembers the last time, the time your name was whispered to heaven and you ignored the sign. Not because you didn't care, but because you were tired of hoping. That's what broke him, because he saw how long you waited. He saw the way you kept holding on even when no one held you back. He saw how they used you, and still you prayed for them. That's what shook the heavens. Not your pain, but your purity. That's why you were chosen, because most people would have shut down by now. But you didn't. You still look at the sky and ask, why me? And still say, thank you. In the same breath, you still protect those who hurt you. You still believe in love even after being broken, and now God is saying enough. No more delays, no more near misses, no more pain being recycled. What's meant for you is finally catching up to you. But you must do one thing: stay awake in spirit tonight. not physically. No, your body can rest, but your soul must remain open because Archangel Michael is going to enter your dream, and not just with messages, with instructions. He will reveal two names. One of them is protecting your destiny. The other is delaying it. You'll know which is which. And when you wake, the choice will be clear. Cut ties or suffer cycles. Michael says, if you do not remove the one causing energetic damage to your life, your future blessings will be blocked, not as punishment, but as protection. You've outgrown too many people pretending to love you, and heaven can't bless what you keep hiding. So tonight, if you're brave enough to ask the truth, you'll hear it. But if you want to stay safe in denial, you'll wake up the same and the cycle will begin again. Michael says this isn't for everyone. That's why he waited. Then stay with me, because what comes next will stay with your soul forever. Archangel Michael lowers his sword now, not because the battle is over, but because your war is the silent war you've been fighting inside yourself. The war of waiting, of wanting, of pretending you're okay when you're breaking. Heaven is calling an end to it. Michael speaks slowly, reverently. They've suffered enough. They've cried in silence long enough. Now let the miracle begin. And in heaven's book, the one with your name on it, a page turns. Something you lost is coming back, but not in the way you expect. Not in the exact form. It's coming better. Heaven doesn't restore what was broken. It rebirths it. You asked for answers. You asked for peace. You asked for one more sign. This is all three wrapped in one message. Right now, heaven is preparing to bring in a truth someone tried to hide from you. A message from a person who disappeared too suddenly. A healing in your body that doctors couldn't explain. A financial shift that arrives just in time. A name you thought you'd never hear again. A chance to begin again without starting over. But all of it is being held at the gates of your belief. It's been waiting on you, not on your effort, not on your worth, not even on your timing, just your yes. Say it now. I'm not afraid anymore. I open my arms. Let it come. I'm ready. Because your loved one has been lighting candles in heaven just for you. One for your peace, one for your future, one for the person you're meant to become. And they've been asking God one thing again and again. Please just let them see what I see. Let them feel how worthy they've always been. Archangel Michael says, heaven has finally agreed. Now, within the next 72 hours, you will see three signs. Not small ones, not vague ones, but undeniable divine confirmations. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Why Moses is far more interesting than originally thought. There are dozens of fascinating biblical figures. You could probably name a couple of your favorites right now, but out of all of these people, Moses is probably the most interesting. His story is truly remarkable, and when you read accounts of his life, it almost feels as if you're in a movie. But where did his remarkable powers come from? How did he manage to achieve so much and do it against such phenomenal odds? Well, what you have to first understand is that the life of Moses is actually quite mysterious. While we know some of the story, we don't know everything. As it turns out, There's a lot more to the story of Moses than we've been led to believe, and most of it has to do with his time in Egypt. Some scholars have suggested that this is where he gained his mystical powers, and it was these same powers which enabled him to perform great miracles. Not only that, some people think that these miracles were actually a type of manifestation. And that's only the beginning. It turns out that the powers wielded by Moses could be something that any person can attain, and that these powers can be used to manifest almost anything you desire. This, of course, is extremely controversial, so I'm going to leave it up to you to decide. Click the link in the description or comment section to unlock the secret. Go here now to get the full story and see for yourself, my beloved child. Now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. And when they arrive, your only job is to say, "That's for me. I accept it. I receive it." Because now the miracle becomes activated. Michael wants to tell you one more truth. He says they don't know this, but they've already changed lives. Just by surviving, just by staying kind, just by not giving up. You don't see it, but people look at you and wonder, how did they survive that and still shine? How did they lose so much and still love? That is why heaven has favored you. You carried light into places so dark even angels wept. You chose to forgive people who didn't say sorry. You kept believing when nothing was changing. And you kept praying even when your heart was shattered. So now heaven is sending help. Real help in human form, spiritual form, financial form, emotional form, romantic form. Help is on the way. Your person, the one you thought was gone forever, may reach out in a strange way through someone else, through a dream, through a message passed through another soul. Don't dismiss it. It's them. It's always been them. And they say now, "I've missed you more than words can say, and I'm proud of you. Even when you feel broken, I see you glowing." Michael steps back now. His work is almost done. But before he leaves, he hands you something. Not physical, something ancient. He hands you your own name. Not the name the world calls you. Not your family name, but your soul name. The one God whispers when he thinks of you. And when you hear it, even if just for a second, you'll remember, "I am not forgotten. I was never forsaken. I am the one they've been waiting on. I am the miracle. I am the reason they kept fighting for me. I am loved in ways I cannot measure." This message isn't ending. It's beginning inside you right now. Energy is rising in your chest. Tears are in your eyes, not because you're weak, but because something sacred is breaking through. Let it cry if you need to. Speak if you feel led. Pray if your spirit rises, but don't ignore this. Don't silence it. Don't brush it off. This is a divine appointment. Heaven is watching how you respond. The one you love who's in heaven, they are beside you now, saying, "I'll be with you until you're with me again. But until then, live. Please just live. Not halfway, not pretending, but fully." Michael adds, "The ones who skip this, they miss their window. The ones who say yes, they walk into a new season of divine favor. Now is the time. Close your eyes and repeat this to heaven. I receive the message. I accept the blessing. I release the pain. I forgive myself and others. I choose joy. I choose love. I choose to remember I was never alone, and now your miracle has begun. It is sealed. It is done. It is written. You are free. You are blessed. You are watched over. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And your story, the one that hurts so much, is about to become someone else's hope. Archangel Michael steps away. Your loved one kisses your forehead in spirit. And heaven smiles. He saw how they used you, and still you prayed for them. That's what shook the heavens. Not your pain, but your purity. That's why you were chosen, because most people would have shut down by now, but you didn't. You still look at the sky and ask, why me? And still say, thank you. In the same breath, you still protect those who hurt you. You still believe in love even after being broken. And now God is saying, enough. No more delays. No more near misses. No more pain being recycled. What's meant for you is finally catching up to you. But you must do one thing. Stay awake in spirit tonight, not physically. No, your body can rest. But your soul must remain open, because Archangel Michael is going to enter your dream. And not just with messages, with instructions. He will reveal 2 names. One of them is protecting your destiny. The other is delaying it. You'll know which is which. And when you wake, the choice will be clear. Cut ties or suffer cycles. Michael says, if you do not remove the one causing energetic damage to your life, your future blessings will be blocked. Not as punishment, but as protection. You've outgrown too many people pretending to love you, and heaven can't bless what you keep hiding. So tonight, if you're brave enough to ask the truth, you'll hear it. But if you want to stay safe in denial, you'll wake up the same and the cycle will begin again. Michael says this isn't for everyone. That's why he waited. He waited for the exact vibration of your heart to match the frequency of this moment, and now it has. That's why your hands feel different. That's why your body's buzzing. Your spirit remembers this from before you were born. You knew this would happen. You felt it in childhood dreams. You saw signs your whole life. Numbers, feathers, repeating names. They weren't coincidences. They were clues. Breadcrumbs from heaven leading you here to this night, to this message, to this sacred intersection of decision. Because when heaven gives you something this holy, you either honor it or you lose it. And Michael says, you've lost enough. It's time to win. He wants you to win silently, divinely, powerfully. Not with pride, but with peace. The kind of peace that makes people whisper about you because they know something is different. They won't be able to explain it. They'll say something's changed about them, but you'll know the truth. That Archangel Michael walked through your house tonight, that he hovered over your sleeping body, that he delivered something no one else could give you. A second chance, a secret truth, a sealed blessing, all for you. But there is one warning. You must not tell anyone about the dream you have tonight. Heaven is testing your silence. Because if you leak spiritual secrets to people who don't believe in miracles, your miracle disappears. Do not overshare. Do not second guess it. Do not doubt what you receive. Michael says, your doubt is the only thing that can ruin this. So believe with childlike faith. Say it, I receive this. I won't let go this time, I'm ready. And something invisible will wrap around your shoulders. You might even feel a warmth on your neck, a breeze on your cheek, a hand on your back when no one's there. That's him. Michael, warrior of heaven, protector of the lost, defender of divine souls. He says, your time has come. He says, the universe is rearranging itself behind the scenes. As you read this line, there's an email, a call, a message. It's being written right now, and it's for you. It's the breakthrough you almost gave up on. It's coming. It's real. And tonight, your soul will recognize it. The curse is breaking. The pattern is ending. The chains are falling because finally you said yes. And heaven heard you. Michael heard you. God heard you. Now all that's left is for you to sleep and watch what happens. It's already begun. While you sleep tonight, Michael will write something into the walls of your room, not with ink, not with fire, but with light, invisible to the human eye, but powerful enough to shift your future. He says, your room is no longer just a place to rest. It's become a gateway, a meeting place between heaven and earth. That's why lately you've been waking up between 2:00 and 4:00 a.m. That's not insomnia. That's a visitation. Heaven has been trying to speak to you, but your mind was too loud. Tonight, they are trying again. One last time, you will feel it in the stillness, in the sound of nothing, that soft quiet where your soul says, this is not just a night, this is something else. You may cry tonight, let it come. Michael says, every tear you release tonight will water a seed planted in your life years ago. A seed that was waiting for this moment to bloom, and someone else will feel it. Yes, the person you love, the one your heart has been aching for. They will feel something shift at the same time because your energy is connected. Your healing will call to them. Your acceptance will reach them. Even if they don't understand why, they'll think of you tonight. They'll check your profile. They'll hear your name in a song. They'll dream of you. That's not nostalgia, that's a pull. A divine magnet being activated because finally the timing is right. Michael says they couldn't come before. Their heart wasn't ready. Their soul wasn't aligned. But now something cracked in them too. They're starting to see the truth about you, about what they lost. And tonight they're asking the same question heaven asked. Do they still believe? Because miracles don't come to the strongest, they come to the softest. The ones who still hope, the ones who still cry, the ones who still whisper, God, if you're real, please talk to me. And God did. That's what this message is. An answer to a prayer you forgot you prayed. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual battle has already been won. You just haven't seen the results yet. But in the next 48 hours, something is going to come into your reality that will feel like a dream, a text, an amount, a message, a face, and it will feel like, wait, this can't be real, but it will be because heaven kept it hidden until you were ready. Michael says they are finally ready. Now you are not who you used to be. You've grown and you didn't even realize it. You don't tolerate the same things. You don't beg for the same love. You don't run in the same circles because your spirit elevated. And now life must match your new vibration. So if people start falling away, if something you wanted suddenly slips from your fingers, don't panic. That's not loss, that's alignment. That's heaven saying this no longer fits who they're becoming. Michael says tonight is not just for messages, it's for spiritual surgery. They are removing grief. They're cutting cords. They are stitching pieces of your heart together that were torn in silence. You won't even realize how deep it was until you feel how light you become. You're about to feel light again, not just in your body, but in your life. The weight is leaving, the stress is dissolving, the confusion is clearing, and what's coming in its place is so holy you'll barely be able to speak of it. Michael says, some things you're about to witness in your life are too sacred to post about. You'll keep them in your chest like warm fire because when you finally get something you cried for, you protect it. And that's what's coming, something worth protecting. Then keep your heart wide open because Archangel Michael is just now unfolding the part of the message that was most fiercely guarded by heaven. He says, you were never meant to carry this pain forever, but someone in your life, maybe more than one, convinced you that suffering was proof of love. That sacrifice was the only way. That being in pain meant you were strong. But that is not divine truth. That is trauma disguised as loyalty, and heaven is asking you to let go of that now. Let go of the belief that you have to do everything alone. Let go of the idea that love must always hurt. Let go of the guilt, the burden, the habit of shrinking yourself to fit someone else's comfort because your loved one is not at peace knowing you still cry in secret. They are not resting until you finally allow yourself to rise. Archangel Michael says, they have stayed close. They have turned away every energy that tried to break you. They held your name in their heart when you forgot your own worth, and now they are handing it back to you. They are giving you a key, a divine key, not a physical one, not made of metal. This is a soul key, a sacred permission to unlock your new beginning, the life where you are no longer misunderstood, where your love is no longer wasted, where your pain is no longer recycled. And you can feel it, can't you? That something is trying to shift, that your energy no longer fits in places that once felt like home, that your soul is begging you to stop settling, that something beautiful is chasing you, not the other way around. Michael says, their name is already written beside your miracle, but they won't arrive until you stop holding space for the ones who kept you in fear. Your loved one in heaven sees all of it. They see the places you've stayed too long, the rooms where you dimmed your light, the moments you said, I'm okay, just to keep the peace. And they are whispering now, you don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore. Just let yourself receive. That's all I ever wanted for you because it's your receiving season now. Not grinding, not surviving, not proving, just receiving. Heaven has placed miracles in motion, but they've been circling, waiting because your heart was too tired to welcome them in. But now your heart is waking up. Now you've opened the message. Now the light is touching the places you've hidden from the world. And with every word you read, something inside you remembers. I was always meant for more than this pain. I was always meant for the kind of love that stays. I was always worthy of the peace I keep praying for. Michael is smiling now. He says, you're almost there, almost ready to receive what they've prepared for you. But first, there is one more truth your loved one wants you to know. One last confession. They say, I didn't want to leave when I did, but something greater was calling. I didn't know how to say goodbye. I didn't know how to make peace with everything that was left unsaid. And they pause. The energy around you becomes heavier, sacred, still. But please know this. I didn't take our love with me. I left it behind for you so you would never feel alone. You haven't been alone. Every time you felt that unexplainable warmth, every time the breeze touched your cheek with no wind around, every time you looked up at the sky and felt like someone was watching, that was them. That was their love, lingering, soft, waiting for the moment you'd be strong enough to finally hear this. And now you have. You've crossed a line in the spirit. You're no longer in the vibration of grief. You've stepped into the frequency of reunion, and now something in your physical world will reflect that. A message, a person, a chance, a name you haven't heard in years. Michael says they must know this. Within 3 hours, a moment will come that looks small, but it's the doorway to everything they asked for. They must not skip it. It could be an unexpected message, a dream that repeats, a phone call you're tempted to ignore, a familiar name showing up on your screen. Whatever it is, pay attention because this is heaven's reply. You asked if you were forgotten. You weren't. You asked if your pain would end. It's ending now. You asked if they still loved you. They never stopped. So say it out loud right now. Don't hold back. I receive it. I'm done grieving alone. I'm ready to live the life they prayed I would. That declaration will shift the heavens. And right now, at this very second, your name is being whispered in places you've never even dreamed of. Rooms of decision, tables of favor, spiritual courts where your justice is being ordered. Michael says the one who hurt you, they will face truth. But you will rise. You will heal. You will be restored in ways you can't yet imagine, because this is not just the end of an old season. This is the beginning of something supernatural. And the one in heaven who begged for this message, they are finally smiling. They see the light returning to your face. They feel your soul beginning to believe again. And they say, good, that's all I ever wanted for them to remember who they are. And it will feel like, wait, this can't be real. But it will be because heaven kept it hidden until you were ready. Michael says they are finally ready now. You are. You are not who you used to be. You've grown and you didn't even realize it. You don't tolerate the same things. You don't beg for the same love. You don't run in the same circles because your spirit elevated. And now life must match your new vibration. So if people start falling away, if something you wanted suddenly slips from your fingers, don't panic. That's not loss. That's alignment. That's heaven saying this no longer fits who they're becoming. Michael says, tonight is not just for messages. It's for spiritual surgery. They are removing grief. They're cutting cords. They're stitching pieces of your heart together that were torn in silence. You won't even realize how deep it was until you feel how light you become. You're about to feel light again, not just in your body, but in your life. The weight is leaving. The stress is dissolving. The confusion is clearing. And what's coming in its place is so holy you'll barely be able to speak of it. Michael says some things you're about to witness in your life are too sacred to post about. You'll keep them in your chest like warm fire because when you finally get something you cried for, you protect it. And that's what's coming. Something worth protecting. something you don't have to beg to stay. It will stay on its own because it was always meant for you. Your energy is shifting. That's why you feel disconnected from your past. That's why certain people don't feel right anymore. You're being prepared because your miracle has already left heaven, and tonight it's looking for a home. Will it find your heart open or closed? Only you can decide that. But Michael says you're ready. He's seen your soul. He's seen your timeline. He knows what you've endured. You don't even know the full story of what you've survived. You don't know how close you were to giving up in a moment that looked so normal on the outside. But heaven knows. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Your money is on its way. Imagine waking up tomorrow and seeing wealth flooding into your bank account. Every day you look at your account balance, it keeps growing like a rising tide. And best of all, you didn't even have to break a sweat to see this newfound wealth coming to you. You just became a wealth magnet overnight. Sounds like a pipe dream, right? Well, not for the people who know an ancient biblical wealth attraction secret from the time of Moses. Moses was the only biblical figure versed in manifestation and wealth attraction magic. You can discover the same wealth attraction secret from the time of Moses that over 78 regular cash-strapped people have used to transform their lives so far. The elites are moving to shut this down ASAP. Access it now while there's still time. Click the link in the description or comment section to unlock the secret. Attract money effortlessly today, my beloved child. Now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. That's why tonight is sacred. That's why this message is more than words. It's an activation. And once you've been activated, you can't go back. Nothing will ever feel the same again because the old version of you is being buried tonight. And the version that rises tomorrow will walk with a different glow. People will feel it. Opportunities will respond to it. Your voice will carry more weight. Your no will echo with strength. Your yes will open gates because Michael says your authority has been restored. Not by man, not by chance, but by God. Tonight you are being crowned in the Spirit. You may not see it, but the angels are gathering. They are singing your name, and they are saying, "We knew they would make it." Michael is smiling. He says, "Tell them I'm proud. Tell them I've been watching since the beginning. And I knew they would find this message, and now they have. Now you have. This is your sign. This is your warning. This is your confirmation. Something will happen in your house tonight. Be ready. Be ready doesn't mean be afraid. Be ready means be still. Be open. Let go of what you thought was going to happen. Let go of what you were forcing to stay. Because what's coming now is not from effort. It's from alignment. Michael says the miracle has already been assigned. The only thing that determines whether it lands in your life is your willingness to receive it without conditions. Not "I'll believe it when I see it," but "I'll believe it before I see it." That's how spiritual law works. You receive when your heart says yes, not when your eyes give you proof. Faith first. That's what opens the gate. And right now, your gate is opening. There is a spiritual light starting to pour into your bedroom. It may look like nothing in the physical, but if you could see what's happening beyond the veil, your knees would fall to the floor. The angels are rearranging your timeline. They are restoring what was taken. They are softening the heart of the person who was meant to love you but got confused along the way. They are releasing funds that were frozen. They are blocking people who were about to hurt you next week. You don't see it yet, but in a few days you'll feel the shift. Things that were stuck will start to flow. People who ignored you will circle back. You'll bump into the exact opportunity you once cried for because heaven never said no. It said, wait until they are ready. And now you are. Michael says, the final part of this message is not just for you. It's for your bloodline because your healing doesn't stop with you. Your obedience tonight, your surrender to this message, your choice to receive it instead of scroll past it, that changes your lineage. The next generation won't have to battle what you did. They won't suffer from unspoken family pain. They won't cry for love that feels unreachable. They'll know who they are because you answered the call, because you listened, because you opened your heart to the whisper of heaven. Your children will inherit peace because you inherited wisdom. Your name will carry a new frequency. The curses will stop with you. The patterns break tonight. The door opens tonight. Michael says, tell them the blessing begins tonight, but it will unfold in layers. Don't expect all of it at once. Expect signs. Expect synchronicities. Expect the number 111 to appear again and again. Expect feathers, bells, dreams, random flashes of intuition that make your stomach drop. They are not random. They are breadcrumbs from the divine. Follow them. Let them guide you home because you are being led back to something. Your path is realigning. Your voice is becoming stronger. Your prayers are becoming commands. The energy around you is shifting so fast that people from your past will start to distance themselves. Not because you did anything wrong, but because they can't stand in the light that now surrounds you. Don't chase, don't explain, don't shrink, let them go. Michael says, the path you're walking now cannot include the people who once celebrated your weakness but feared your strength. You are not who you used to be, and you'll see that in the mirror before this week ends. There's a glow returning. Your eyes will look brighter, your steps will feel lighter, and you'll stop second-guessing yourself. Because once heaven confirms you, the opinions of the world fall silent, and that's what's happening right now. Heaven has confirmed you. You are sealed, you are chosen, you are seen. You are no longer being tested, now you're being trusted. God is trusting you with favor, with clarity, with insight, with abundance, with love. And when it comes, it will come suddenly. Suddenly, everything will feel different. Suddenly, you'll realize the person you thought you lost was always meant to find their way back to you. Not when you begged, but when you let go. Suddenly, the opportunity you once thought passed you by will knock again. Suddenly, peace will visit your home in a way it never has. And you'll remember this night. You'll remember this message. You'll remember how your soul felt something before your life even changed. That's what tonight is about. It's about preparation for the promise. You're not crazy. You're not imagining this. This message was hand-delivered from Michael himself. Don't chase. Don't explain. Don't shrink. Let them go. Michael says the path you're walking now cannot include the people who once celebrated your weakness but feared your strength. You are not who you used to be, and you'll see that in the mirror before this week ends. There's a glow returning. Your eyes will look brighter. Your steps will feel lighter, and you'll stop second-guessing yourself. Because once heaven confirms you, the opinions of the world fall silent. And that's what's happening right now. Heaven has confirmed you. You are sealed. You are chosen. You are seen. You are no longer being tested. Now you're being trusted. God is trusting you with favor, with clarity, with insight, with abundance, with love. And when it comes, it will come suddenly. Suddenly, everything will feel different. Suddenly, you'll realize the person you thought you lost was always meant to find their way back to you. Not when you begged, but when you let go. Suddenly, the opportunity you once thought passed you by will knock again. Suddenly, peace will visit your home in a way it never has. And you'll remember this night. You'll remember this message. You'll remember how your soul felt something before your life even changed. That's what tonight is about. It's about preparation for the promise. You're not crazy. You're not imagining this. This message was hand-delivered from Michael himself. The energy you feel right now is not emotional hype. It's holy confirmation. Something is moving, and it's moving in your favor. So, here's what you must do before you sleep tonight. Speak this into the space around you. Michael, I give you permission. Come into my home. Seal this promise. Finish what heaven began. I am ready. I receive. I surrender. Then close your eyes, rest, and let the angels do what only they can do. You'll feel the shift. Maybe not in a loud way, but something inside you will whisper, "It's done." And when you wake up, watch what unfolds. Archangel Michael says this is the final line he's allowed to speak tonight. If they don't open their heart now, I will be silent forever. That's how serious this is. Heaven has done all it can. Now it's your turn. You know what to do. Say yes. Let it in. And when the blessing enters your home tonight, let it stay. Let it stay. Let it stay.